Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Fall Carryover League 76789. We're in the American League East. Today, we have a series between the Orioles and Blue Jays. You would expect the Orioles to dust the Blue Jays. Unfortunately, let's look at the year-to-date standings and see where we are in the American League East. The Orioles, the Blue Jays. And what has happened this year, as you see, the Blue Jays have mostly expansion players or sitting out of contention. The other three teams are fighting, but they're not really fighting. These 7 Toronto wins are against the Yankees and the Orioles. Red Sox have dusted the Blue Jays all year. That's the balance of power in the American League East. The Orioles have struggled. They are down 2 games to 1. They're sitting at 500. Precariously 3.5 games back. If they lose today, and if they cannot come back and win in Game 5, if they win today, they're looking of sitting it out this year, folks. Doesn't look like they're going to make it as a wild card. Wild card race, the Yankees, Expos. You have the Rangers. So the Orioles, it's wake up and smell the coffee, folks. Gotta wake up, Orioles. Fell asleep on this one. And it is in a Game 4 in Baltimore. Jerry GARVIN for the Blue Jays and Dennis Martinez for the Orioles. Let's get started from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. Roland Office leads off for the Blue Jays with a base hit. Terry Harmon, 2-9, short A. Ogilvy, 2-10 single. And Retman, former Oriole, strikes out. Bobby Grich leads off against lefties and plays shortstop instead of second. This guy's the center. Paul L.D. Blair, 56, 111-7 off of the GARVIN card. Runner at third for Singleton, who strikes out, and the Sensei's 48 bounces a second. This is a 3-27 Harmon, and he makes the play. Tony SOLAITA, 410. Homer 1-10, fly ball off the Martinez card. He missed it. Larry Cox, guys in the center. This is Blair, a 1-13. Makes the catch. Roy Howell, base hit. Alfredo Griffin, 49, 111-4 single. Single dot dot. 2 on, 2 outs for Bob Baylor. 112, fouls out the catcher, and he's injured. So Baylor, another former Oriole, will have to come out of the game. And then you could have your choice of outfitters. You could have Ogilvy go from outfield to DH to outfield, or you can just bring in Gene Clines. Gene Clines will come on and play left field for the injured Bob Baylor. Bottom of 2. Eddie, Eat, Drink, and Be Murray, K's. Lee May, 45, pops out. Rick Dempsey, 310. Third, the Orioles have their bats have just gone stone quiet in this series. Roland Office, 59, second. Terry Harmon, 56, left. Ben Ogilvy walks. And with 2 outs, Retman, short. Orioles in a pitcher's duel, that's no surprise. Carlos Lopez, 411, first. Brooks Robinson, 35, strikeout plus an injury on 5. Let's take a look at the card. Yeah. Brooksy played 1 more year, 47 at-bats in 77. 1 year too many, should say. But as a courtesy, I made him a 1-0 defensively. And the rest of the American League were rolling their eyes when I did that, but really it doesn't matter much. And besides, the Sensei is a good defensive third baseman. He's a 2-13, so. In any event, Brooksy hurt himself on the roll of a 5. So we're going to go back to the conventional defense with DeCinces going back to third, Grich going back to second, and Belanger now playing shortstop for the injured Brooks Robinson. Okay, with 2 outs in the third, it's Bobby Grich. 53, pitcher. Scoreless in Baltimore. Tony SOLAITA walks. Larry Cox, 6'10", catcher's card. This is Dempsey, a 2-7. Foul out. Roy Howell, 55. Short X. This is going to be a double play because you just brought Belanger in the game. And it is 6-4-3. No pass ball means the guy has to stay at first. Belanger playing shortstop means double play. Paul Blair, 49, short. Their shortstop, Alfredo Griffin's a 2E38. And that's going to be an error. Singleton, 69, center. The Sensei, 410, center X. 2E5. And this is going to be a double. Second and third. Blue Jays going to bring the infield up for Eddie Murray. 56, doesn't matter. Triple 1 to 7 double off of the Garvin card. And the Orioles strike first in game 4. 2-0. Lee May. Single to left field. Eddie Murray's got a little bit of wheels. 13. The new left fielder is Gene Kleins with a +1 arm. So it's 1 of 14. Eddie's gonna try it. And Eddie, no, you shouldn't have tried that. He gets thrown out third at the plate. 1 of 17. That's a tough one there. Orioles are trying to manufacture some runs to get this offense going. It didn't work. Rick Dempsey, 56. Well, triple 1 to 7 off the Garvin card. It's a triple. And they get the run anyway. Runner at third, 2 outs, Carlos Lopez. 68, right field. Okay, these are unearned runs, or at least a couple of them are, off of the Griffin error in the 5th. 3-0 Orioles. And here is Alfredo Griffin, center. And it's the Gene Kleins for the injured Baylor with a base hit. Roland Office. 56, right? Terry Harmon, 64. Lines at first. Dennis Martinez doing a good job here for the Orioles. 5 shutout innings. Belanger for the injured Brooksy. 1-6 against the lefties, a base hit. No, it's going to be double 1, single. Gets the double 1. That's a slow relay throw, getting the ball in, and Belanger heads up, scoots into second base. Bobby Grich, 53, pitcher. Paul Blair, 2-6, short. And with 2 outs, Singleton. Walks, 2 on 2 outs for DeCince. 47 is a walk. And here's your ball game here, folks. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Eddie, eat, drink, and be Murray against Jerry Garvin. 45 pops to second. Orioles just strand runners. They have a 3-0 lead, but they've had a couple games against Toronto where they kept the Blue Jays in the game too long, and Blue Jays came back. Here we go again. Ogilvy, 52 to the left. Retman, 47K. Solaita, single 1 to 6, lines out. 3-0. That is Martinez. Nice little 5-hitter through 6 innings. Lee May, 312. K plus injury. He's your DH. He's not hurt. Okay. The dumper, Rick Dempsey, third. And Carlos Lopez, 64, catcher's card. But Cox was a 4-13. Doesn't matter. Makes the play. So somehow Jerry Garvin has survived 6 innings. He had couple rocky innings. One New Orleans took advantage of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 base runners through 6 innings. We go to the 7th, 3-0. It's Larry Cox, Dennis Martinez, 49, triple 1 to 5 single. Roy Howell, 311, right? Alfredo Griffin, 39, right? And Gene Kleins, 64, is a pop to first base. Today's story is Dennis Martinez and the Orioles. 3-0 game, 7th inning stretch. We're listening to Maryland band Crack the Sky. White Music LP. Hot Razors in My Heart. It was a big hit for them. Bottom of the 7th. Garvin. You know, the Toronto Blue Jay bullpen's been kind of taxed a lot this year. So Garvin is going to stick around for another inning. Face Belanger. 67 is a K. Bobby Grich. 1-7 is a K. And Paul Blair. 47's a walk with 2 outs. It's Kenny Singleton. 2-2 left A. All right, it's still 3-0. Roland Office in the 8th inning. 4-11 left. Carlos Lopez is in left field as a 3E10. Makes the catch. Quick game. I haven't really showed any cards at all, I don't believe. Terry Harmon, 55, second. And Ogilvy. 1-6 Ogilvy Ks. Have not shown any cards. Well, let's start doing that at least, since I'm aware of it. All right. Garvin will leave after 7. And we'll bring in Victor Cruz in the 8th inning. This is the closer. I'll show you Victor Cruz's card. He's the Toronto closer. They got a capable closer if they ever get to a point where they start to close out games consistently. And in the bottom of the 8th, of course, DeCinces will lead off. Let's take a look at him. This is DeCinces' best Baltimore year, 1978. He had 28 home runs. Had a down year in 79, hurt his back in 80, and somehow they let him go. California Angels had an incredible season in 82 for the California Angels, hitting 30 home runs, being the leader of that offense that went to the ALCS. That's a little Doug DeCinces story there for you. Here he is, 1-7 as a K. Eddie Drinkamy Murray, let's take a look at him. All right, this is a 79 card. And what's interesting, I mean, he hit 295, was always near 300. But I'm really not happy with this card as far as the hits against right-handed pitching are really... That's not a great batting average, really, for this card. I would prefer him to be better against righties and weaker against lefties. And with 2 outs, we're showing you another card, and it's Lee May. And we're showing you him. This is a 76 card. Lee May, he only hit 258, 25 homers, but he led the American League in RBIs in 1976 with 109 RBIs. Apparently 76 was a bad year in hitting in the American League because Greg Nettles led the league in home runs, and he only had 32. Lee May, 39 short. All right. There's your pictures and commentary for today. Dennis Martinez is going to try and get a CGSO. It's Merv Retman, Tony Solaita, and Larry Cox in the 9th inning. Let's get started here. Merv Retman walks. Earl Weaver has the phone. Has Tippy and Don Stanhouse. Don Stan the Man, unusual warming. Tony, see you later, 67, single 1 to 6, and he misses it on an 8. That's a huge break for Martinez. Larry Cox, 45, short X, this could be the game. This was Belanger at shortstop. It is a 6-4-3 double play to end the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Martinez, break it up for the guy. Gets the CGSO. He was... He would have to leave Baltimore to find his success in baseball elsewhere for the Expos and the Indians, amongst a few teams. Today, it's a 6-hit shutout with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts in a complete game. Victor Cruz struck out a guy in his inning. Tough luck loser, Jerry Garvin. 1 bad inning, wiggled off the hook the rest of the time. 6 hits, 3 runs. I'm only going to give 1 of those as earned. And 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. 109, 0108, 3606. All right, that was a very speedy game 4. So the Orioles, well, it's like kissing your sister, I guess. It's like they still have 1 more game to play, and they can win the series, but having already lost 2 games in this series, they really blew a chance to gain any ground on the Red Sox. So after playing 4 baseball games with Toronto, the Orioles find themselves in the same position, games behind, but the season is growing shorter and shorter, and they're running out of time. This race is a little bit like the 77 race when Baltimore, the Yankees, and Toronto were all separated by 3 games in the weekend's final series. So Baltimore's now 12-11. They're hitting .283 with a 3.62 ERA. So it's like, what are you doing wrong? You're not manufacturing wins. Those are decent stats. Toronto's 7-17, hitting .277, the 6.15 ERA. So we know exactly why they're failing, at least. And so the year-to-date standings now, with 1 game left in this series, the Orioles are sitting precariously at that 3 games back. If they fall to 3.5, they can't. In a best-of-5 format, you have to be within at least 3 games in the final series to have a chance at the division, a remote chance at that. So the Orioles need to beat the Blue Jays in a Game 5 to be tied with the Yankees at 2.5 back, competing for probably a wild card spot, and a remote chance of a division title if the Red Sox get swept by these Toronto Blue Jays. Probably not going to happen. That's it from the American League East. Hope you've enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.